Hello, my wonderful oils family. I'm super excited about our two oils for this month, lime and cardamom. I don't know about you guys, but super exciting. So we're gonna make a super yummy, sensational September salad, okay? Having lots of fun with the words. But first I wanna tell you that the oils are super yummy to make a refreshing bubbly water. I have a drop of lime in here, a drop of cardamom, and a drop of stevia, and I switched it all up in some mineral water, and it's just really refreshing. So the question is, how could you possibly want those two combined together? So think about lemon and ginger, right? We know that lemon and ginger mix in teas all the time really well. A lot of people like the taste of that combination. So if you like that combination, you may very well like the combination of lime and cardamom, because lime is of course a citrus and cardamom is from the ginger family. And here's another really cool little hack and trick. If you're not quite sure if two oils will blend well in a dish, if it's not a hot oil, so you can take a drop of the cardamom, put it in your hand. You can even just touch the top of it with your hand, right? And then the same thing with the lemon, or the lime, excuse me, rub it together and do a palm diffusing. And see if it is appealing to you through your senses that way, all right? Plus, what's super cool is then you get all of the great other benefits of the oils being on you, and then you also can see if it's a good blend that you would want to put as a diffuser, right? So let's talk real quick about lime and cardamom before we make this wonderful, yummy recipe. So cardamom, it is super helpful with our digestion, with coughing, inflammation, respiratory, muscle, head tension. It's really great for when you're feeling that nervous upset in your tummy, all right? And it's really great for menstruation. So with that, here it's really helping create a lot of just anti-inflammatory, any of our respiratory inflammatory stuff, things like that. So then lime, which is super uplifting, right? It revitalizes our skin. It's really great for fighting bacterial stuff, for bringing down a temperature that might be spiking. It's great for degreasing things, getting gum off of things, deodorizing, really supportive for our body, for our skin, rejuvenating our skin, but also for cellulite. There's many of the different oils that are really great for reducing cellulite. It also is another really great oil for reducing cellulite. So what's super cool, what I like to look at is when you find an oil that's helping you with something, there's so many different oils that can be supportive for muscle tension, right? So many oils that are supportive for cellulite, so many that are supportive for just many different things, right? There's this overlaying. So somebody might say that, well, grapefruit doesn't help me with water retention, but lime does. So I like to look at what is the emotion behind the oil that is helping and supporting me, because that might be the underlying emotion that needs to be addressed with the physical stuff, right? Super cool. So more things on lime. Lime is also really great for detoxing or cleansing the lymphatic system, our liver, again, sore throat. So here, when you combine cardamom and lime, super powerhouse support for the throat. It's great for exhaustion, listlessness, and depression, very uplifting. All right, and if you don't have the emotions wheel, super cool, because it has all of the negative emotions on one side, these nice cool colors, and then the warm colors talks about the positive emotions, right? So let's real quick look at what cardamom, let's see if I can find it super fast. I thought I was going to find it earlier, or I did find it earlier, and now I'm drawing a blank. We'll look for cardamom and lime at the same time, and we'll see which one we come across first. So we're looking, lime. So if you're feeling numb, if you're feeling apathetic, right, and you can go to the opposite side and look to see what it is that you're needing to feel, which is then, let's see if I can find it. I should have circled it, in white pencil. Oh, here's cardamom. The positive of cardamom is self-control, feeling responsible. And, oh, there's lime, grateful, joy. So what's super cool is there's these emotions on the inner part of the circle, and then it gets more detailed and it has the oils and stuff like that. So super cool wheel just to have on handy. And of course we all have our emotions book, which is really great and handy as well. And if you don't, make sure and reach out to me to find out how you can get one. So with that, let's make our yummy salad, because I'm getting ready for lunch. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting kind of hungry. So sometimes, a lot of times the argument is that organic is expensive, and it can be if we're not shopping the sales, but we always like to remember that we get what we pay for, right? And we want clean food that is going to give us the highest vibration, right? So food that's not GMO, that's not sprayed and pesticide, this and that and thing. And fresh sometimes does, go bad in our refrigerator super fast. And I think even when we do all the really great spraying it down with our oils and all stuff, and keeping it clean. So a lot of times we tend to think of frozen vegetables. We tend to think of frozen vegetables as just for stews, stir fries, things like that. But they're also super handy to be able to, there's so many of the different medleys, right, that are made for stir fries, made for Mediterranean blends, made for just so many things. And let's see what this one is for. So this is an actual Mexican blend. It has broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, corn. We want to remember corn is one of the highly GMO'd type of vegetables. So it's not a grain. Corn is actually super healthy for us, but it is a more inflammatory type of food. So if a person has inflammatory stuff, they may need to avoid corn. But part of the reason why corn can be inflammatory to a person's system is because of how it was cropped and produced. So it was highly sprayed, or it was GMO'd, and so therefore it's not natural. But a really good organic corn may very well not bother a person's system, but you know your system the best, right? So anyways, some of the other frozen blends. So this is a soup blend that has carrots and peas and okra and onions and a few peppers. And then there's this really fun blend that's sugar snap stir fry that has mushrooms and sugar snaps and carrots. This Mediterranean blend has carrots, cauliflower, zucchini, green beans, lima beans, and red peppers, okay? So what you do is you let them thaw to be able to create a cold salad, a slaw salad. So I have this Mexican blend that I'm going to put in my bowl. All right. And what's super cool about frozen vegetables, again, is that they have been flash frozen at their peak of nutritional value. So that's another handy thing of when you're not putting them in a soup or a stew or a stir fry, is you're not cooking off all of the nutrition. You're getting to be able to have it staying right there jam-packed. So here I have my veggies, and then I want to add a little bit of chickpeas. You can add, say if there's other type of beans or seeds or stuff that you want to be able to add for your protein if you want to, or if you want to add a little bit of chicken or whatever. I'm wanting to add a little bit of chickpeas as my protein source in this. So I'm going to put probably about a half of a cup. I'm going to, let's see if I can show you. All right. And I had cooked these chickpeas. I let them sprout, and then I cooked them for many, many hours, again, to release any phytogens and stuff like that that might be inside of it. So now we are coming down to our oils as far as what is our, I like to say, our yin and yang for making a salad, right? We always have a lot of people use olive oil and vinegar, right? So that's what I mean by, the oils. Not talking about our essential oils yet. I'm talking about our oils. So if you want it to be creamy based, we can use a really good avocado oil, mayo. Another creamy, if you don't like that kind of creamy, then you can do tahini butter, which then, because we're using chickpeas, it could have kind of a refreshing sort of hummus type of flavor, right? And then, oh, this is not an oil, or a plain avocado oil, or olive oil, things like that. And then I always like to add a little bit of vinegar. So I am wanting this one to be creamy, as in kind of white creamy. So I'm gonna use a little bit of my avocado mayo. I'm gonna use probably about a good serving scoop spoon. So that's probably equivalent to 2 tablespoons. And then I'm going to add a splash of my apple cider vinegar, because I just like how vinegar just adds a little bit of zip and tang. So I added, again, another one of these big spoons, serving spoons. So it probably was equivalent to about a tablespoon, since it doesn't bulk up the way the mayo did, right? And then I want to do a pinch of my salt. All right, so this is probably equivalent to about 2 teaspoons of salt. And that bag, now I didn't have a full bag of vegetables because I've been playing with making this recipe, but this bag was a 16-ounce, 1-pound bag. So it would end up filling this fully full, right? Because that makes a lot of sense. Now 1 drop of lime we're gonna put in here. There we go. And we're gonna put 1 drop of cardamom. That was 2. But what's cool about cardamom is it's kind of a mild taste, to me anyways. So if you're unsure, if you want to get one of the droppers, you know, to make sure. So then we just start stirring to get it all mixed in. So this is your base of making your salad. Of course, you can let it sit in the refrigerator if you want to get all of those flavors mingling together. Now from here, you could add seeds for crunch. You could add a little bit of zip. I like my stuff to have a little bit of zip. So I am going to add a little bit of sriracha, but you could also add, I'm trying to think, I'm gonna add just like probably a teaspoon of sriracha. Trying to think, jalapenos would be a really good one to go with this. But if you don't want zip that way, and instead you want, say, actual whole olives or other Mediterranean type of fermented vegetables, that would be really yummy. So let's continue to stir, and then we're gonna taste it. I'm super excited. I don't know about you guys. Okay, so I've got my sampling spoon. All right, see, this has a good amount of broccoli and cauliflower and carrots and chickpeas and all those yummy seasonings. Trying to think, probably a little bit more salt. So I'm gonna put this off to the side. And ooh, I'm gonna add a drop of pepper. So we're gonna reach across. Luckily I keep my pepper right on handy. So I'm gonna put a drop of pepper because that'll help add just a little bit. Something about pepper, just really bringing out the flavor in things. So again, I'm gonna stir a little bit more. All right. Let's see. All right. That was perfect. That was awesome. All right. So there's a refreshing salad that, again, it could become a layer on top of lettuce. It could be, layered with chicken, all sorts of possibilities. So here is a wonderful, yummy salad to be able to use with your lime and cardamom. And here shortly, I am going to be doing let's see if I have one of my little skillets. I'm going to do a cast iron skillet apple bake with the lime and cardamom. I'm going to get everything out and prepared and figured out, and then I'll be hopping on to share that recipe. All right, you guys have a beautiful and blessed day, and continue to have a sensational Saturday. All right, take care. God bless.